WWE TLC 2020. We don't need no water. Welcome to the Wrestling Inc. podcast. I'm Glenn Rubenstein, joined by Matt Morgan and Raj Giri. Then Inferno match. What a way to end the show tonight. What a way to end a pretty darn good pay-per-view.
Okay, so real quick, Raj, on SmackDown on our podcast Friday, I said my prediction on this pay-per-view was if you looked at all the matches, and I said, forget, they're great. There's some really good storylines involved. But if you just watch the pay-per-view for the bell-to-bell action, these are really good matchups.
Yeah.
This could be a really good this is a good pay-per-view, and it was.
I thought this was one of their best pay-per-views of the year.
Yes, this was good.
Probably the best in the pandemic era, in this COVID era.
Wow.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was solid.
Yeah.
The main event, I'm sure there's some people out there that would hate it. I thought it was cool. It was interesting. I was never bored.
Match. You know?
What's that?
It wasn't a cinematic match.
It was taped earlier in the day.
Sure.
But
yeah.
So, it
definitely
obviously
had your attention the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hope they go somewhere interesting with this and not just have the Fiend back tomorrow night like nothing ever happened, which, they tend to do a lot. Like when Braun was killed in the trash compactor and he was just back.
He was in a trash compactor?
Yeah, the match with Roman, remember?
Isn't it a match or the build-up?
Oh, maybe it was a build-up.
I thought he got hit by like an ambulance or something.
There was that too.
Well, he threw over an ambulance. But...
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then, Undertaker, when he died all those times, a lot of those times it was because he was leaving for a while. So him just being back on Raw, I think would be kind of weak. It was a cool visual at the end.
It was dope, but only pro wrestling could you get away with that sentence. All those times he died.
If my friends knew what I was talking about right now.
Yes. That's what's cool about this, though. It was very like Jason at the end of Friday the 13th. Like, how is it? I'm sure Alexa's going to be doing a seance or something, before the Royal Rumble to like bring him back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It was good. I mean, I really like this pay-per-view. I thought it was very well done. We opened on the pre-show with an 8-man tag. Gable, Otis, Daniel Bryan, and Big E versus Sami Zayn, Corbin, Shinsuke, and Cesaro. Big E getting the win on Sami here tonight. So, remarking to Raj off the air, so they're building it up. It's going to be Big E versus Sami for the Intercontinental Championship on SmackDown on Christmas this Friday. You think Big E's going over? Go for it, Matt.
I was first infuriated that these two are not in a championship singles match where Big E's crowning the chief. Well, he's been Intercontinental Champ before, but he wins the IC title. He's the next babyface in line, right? And his build to super duper stardom, it begins the crescendo, right? But then I saw that freaking 8-man tag, and I was like, ugh. Okay, at least it's not the singles match just thrown away on the pre-show when nobody's watching.
Yeah.
And then I saw them say SmackDown. I was like, you know what? That's a smart move because they're going to have more eyes. Mm-hmm. I want as many eyes on Big E's crowning achievement as possible.
Well, the Christmas Day SmackDown.
Yes.
I don't know. You think that's going to be?
We do.
Yeah, well, we are, but we're nuts, Matt.
Okay.
Raj, you doing SmackDown on Christmas? I don't think so.
That's not on in the background? Because you guys are tired after a long day, chasing your kids around and stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm probably watching. I still haven't watched this past Friday's SmackDown. And I heard they beat Bianca, and I'm like, what in the hell already?
It's 50-50 booking. Like, we're almost like making excuses now for them with saying, it's typical WWE, but 50-50 booking. No. We need like to light that on fire for the stupidest move maybe ever.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was ridiculous. So, I do think that at least it gives something for the Christmas episode because it is going to be probably the lowest rated SmackDown on Fox yet. Right. So at least they have a hook. Do
you think that more people watch a SmackDown than they do tune into the network to see the pay-per-view? What do you think?
Yeah, tune into SmackDown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
On a low night like Christmas though. Still more on SmackDown?
Yeah. I think you're probably still going to do like 1.6, 1.7 million.
Wow, that many.
Yeah.
Krana shot $2, saying the pay-per-view definitely exceeded his expectations.
Yeah, same here.
Hi, Krana shot. I told you guys this was going to be good.
Yes. Bigfoot Sneakerhead, $4.99, saying Sammy's so funny they need to do more with him.
Yes.
I thought the Tom Cruise parody was funny, but to have Michael Cole have to point out they were doing a parody of Tom Cruise, it was like, let it live a little, let it breathe.
Because some millennial, I guarantee you, chimed in and said, "No one's gonna get that." Have Cole, or worse, maybe it was Vince or somebody.
Right,
said,
probably.
Have Cole chime in and explain to everybody who this Cruise, this Thomas is. You know what I mean? Like, it's so stupid. And I'm sorry, I like Michael Cole, but whenever he is asked to try to make something cool, he doesn't do it. He does the opposite.
That's true.
Yeah.
Antoine Fair, $5, saying, you guys surprised me. I totally thought Raj was going to crap on this. That's why I give you the big bucks.
Well, no, I thought it was a really good show.
And Jody Shauna Jenkins, a couple profile. I'm sure there's a story behind that one. Saying, got to be honest, I'm a huge Browns fan. I'm watching the game right now. I get a notification that you guys are live, and I'm like, wait, TLC was tonight?
Yeah. This was one of those pay-per-views that it's easy to forget that it was there.
Were you a big mark when Josh Gordon was on their team? Like, he was my stud on my fantasy football team when he was killing it for the Browns.
Andrew Brown, $4.99. Michael Cole apparently forgot the difference between a ladder and a table tonight.
Yeah, he said the spine. Roman Reigns gave Kevin Owens a spine buster through a table when it was a power bomb on a ladder. So,
that's because of the way it, he put him through it. Maybe, I don't know. Cole's not good. What do I say?
Yeah, but people make mistakes.
Yeah,
I think when he's used to saying it in that voice, he's used to saying through a table. So
yeah. Open the show with AJ Styles versus Drew McIntyre, a TLC match with the title on a ladder.
Quick, do we all agree that Big E's going to win on Friday?
Probably.
Definitely.
I think so. I think it's time.
Absolutely. Ben time.
Yeah.
I think he's too good for it, if I'm being honest. But makes sense because they've not pushed him quick enough. They waited too long. So, okay for this step.
Yeah. So, this knockdown drag-out fight for the WWE Championship opened the show, and The Miz attempted to cash in the money, or did cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase, failed in winning. Drew ended up retaining. Wow. I mean, the match is one thing, but the Money in the Bank briefcase this year completely wasted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Miz got a few weeks out of it, moments from it, right? That's about it.
Yeah.
Who was the last person to successfully cash in? I guess
Dean
Asuka
Ambrose?
in a weird way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Ambrose on the men's side, maybe?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but I think that was the last successful cash-in. Because Corbin had it after that.
Oh, jeez.
How did Corbin lose?
Carmella.
Yeah, I'm talking in the men's.
In the men's.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat will tell us, but that would be a long time ago if it was Ambrose.
Yeah.
Oh, Brock on Seth. A good call. Yeah.
Oh, there you
go. Yeah. Good job, Anthony.
All right.
So this match with Drew and AJ was really good. Very long.
So it was great.
Sometimes I like to open the show. You know, Bruce Springsteen doesn't open with "Born to Run." I'm just saying we don't need like the longest song in your set at the beginning of the show. I like a little appetizer, ease into it, But it was a good match. It was just.
What about if you open with "Born in the USA"? Would you be okay with that?
I'm kind of over that song, but yeah, I'd be okay with that. Yes.
I remember when we saw Bon Jovi, and I always hated the curtain call when they come back because they hadn't done "Living on a Prayer," and you're like, "We know you're doing "Living on a Prayer. Why even put up that act?" Yeah, so they walk off stage.
We saw him here. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like we know you're doing it. Just do it anyway. Off topic.
Great concert to go to, by the way, though.
It is, except they did a lot of their new stuff, which.
Really?
Yeah.
We were on a cruise 4 years ago that had a Bon Jovi tribute band, and we went to see it, like to goof on it. We ended up staying the entire time, and it was fantastic.
It was so good. Yes.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Dude, some of these tribute bands are freaking spot on.
So good. And the guy even got the Superman tattoo like John Bon Jovi has, like actual tattoo. No, they were quite good. But no, this was a really good opener to the show. It just, sometimes the momentum. I thought the Money in the Bank cash-in was a good surprise, but with the Miz losing it, I don't know.
At the end of the day, Drew comes out of this, Glenn, beating AJ frigging Styles, not the sneeze at, and a Money in the Bank cash in, person cashing shit in, which we always think there was going to be a title change. I still do. When somebody cashes it in, like this wasn't Otis cashing it in, which is a telltale sign he ain't winning the title. Yeah. Miz, I know it's not time for Drew to lose yet. I was hoping they'd hold Miz off a little bit longer. Would be a little bit maybe more believable. Maybe he can upset somebody and they go in a different direction that we don't see coming. To be fair, the last time Miz won the title, I did not see that coming either.
Yeah, he was more like a transitional champion when he won it, though. He wasn't like the main pushed guy. He was kind of getting the Rock and Cena. He was kind of in the middle of that.
I loved his promos during all that, though. Oh my God, his promos were fire during that.
Yeah. Wow, this match was outstandanding, I thought. I thought AJ was awesome. I actually think you could do more interesting stuff with AJ as champion than keep going with Drew right now.
Yes.
But I mean, the way they booked that match, like I assumed Drew was winning, but during the end of that match, I was like, well, maybe they're gonna have the Miz win, or maybe AJ.
Yeah.
Like it was really well done.
Yes. Alex A saying move Money in the Bank back to WrestleMania already.
I like it as I like that as a gimmick pay-per-view because it does generate more interest than most of the other B shows.
The Token Dom $5 saying heel Corey Graves commentary hyping up his girlfriend had me dying. He was nearly out of his seat on her last near fall. Great match. That was a really good match. We'll talk about that. Paul Perry $5 saying Glenn, stop clowning. We all know you were in the Bon Jovi tribute band, as it were. Fun fact: I did one night only play in a Kiss tribute band, one show, once, but not Bon Jovi. Yeah. Betty Tercios $4.99. We needed Charlotte. Also, don't you want to see Charlotte versus Shayna and Nia? Money match: Charlotte versus Bianca.
I mean, Charlotte was there.
I'm the only one here who loves Charlotte Flair on the show. These guys,
I do too.
Okay, good. Well, a lot of people on Twitter, when I'm on like social media and stuff, I see like, "Oh, she's old and played out and boring, and everything's gifted to her." Blah 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 blah. I still think she's gonna go down as the best women's wrestler of all time.
Yeah, I agree. And I saw that on Twitter when, she came back and when they won, they're like, of course she comes back and wins.
Right.
I was like, yes, she should be winning. You don't bring a big star back and have him lose. So,
it's the truth.
But I still think Lana, with how that storyline went, she should have been in this, and you could have brought Charlotte back in a singles match or something. Like someone out there making an open challenge or doing something like that.
I really thought we were going to see her come out in a wheelchair and get in that match.
Yeah.
Chrono Shop pointing out Charlotte is now a Grand Slam champion. Congrats to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably the fastest to do it too, I will bet.
Yeah. Every title.
Well, except Bailey did that first. I believe Bailey was the first, right?
Bailey would be, or was Sasha the first?
No. I think Bailey actually.
Yeah, Sasha was never.
Yeah, you guys are right. I'm sorry.
No, but Sasha is now. Because Bailey was SmackDown Women's Champ before
Bailey was first. Yeah.
But they both didn't get the women's title until the same time, when both had already been Raw SmackDown Women's Champion, right?
Sasha was never SmackDown Women's Champion until now.
Oh.
She was only Raw.
Oh, it was only Raw. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. And then Asuka as well now, too. So,
yeah.
There have been 4. Kind of crazy.
Token Dom pointing out that all the 4 horsewomen are Grand Slam winners.
Becky's not. Becky's never been tag champ.
Yeah, that's right. Did her and Charlotte win it?
No, there was no tag division then.
No, last year. At last year's TLC. They beat
Becky and Charlotte?
Kairi Sane and Asuka.
Who? Who'd you call her?
Kairi
Asuka?
Did they win it? Now
Hold
I'm forgetting.
On. No, when she was Becky Two Belts, it was Raw and SmackDown. Let me check.
Yeah, last year at TLC, they beat Kairi Sane and Asuka. Kairi got injured in that match.
It's pretty damn impressive if all 4 women did this. That's impressive as hell.
Maybe it was a non-title match. I don't know.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm looking.
Fact-checking as we go.
Yes.
Snopes, our own Snopes.
Yes. Let's see.
Don't get me started on Snopes. My mom thinks she's like she's so funny with that.
Yeah, they were in a rivalry, but no, the Kabuki Warriors won in TLC.
Okay. All right.
Dude, have you tried to ever figure something out in the Wikipedia? Like, there's so much information in Wikipedia on some wrestlers, it's impossible to figure out what's actually there. So I had to search.
Yeah.
Paul Perry, $2. Has Randy Orton been arrested for homicide yet?
Right.
Well, we've seen. Remember that time Yokozuna and
with Undertaker?
Yeah, they burned him on fire.
Yes,
it's okay to burn people on fire in WWE. That doesn't count as.
I cried. I hated it.
Yeah.
And I was an older kid. I wasn't a little kid crying when Andre had his hair cut. We're talking about I was a teenager. I shouldn't have cried.
So sadly, Randy Orton, the Fiend, is not the first person to burn the death on WWE television.
Let's take a moment and thank the sponsor of the episode, the company responsible for Raj Giri. Look at that beard line. Brought to you by Manscaped.
That's right.
Raj, talk about your grooming game and how Manscaped has helped you step things up a notch.
Man, Manscaped, you can use it on your face. I did it this time. It's like a really good length. It's pretty short, but up your body hair anywhere. I mean, Manscaped, it does it all.
You really did that yourself? Wait, we need to talk about this. You really did that yourself?
What's that?
Your beard?
Shaving?
That's really good.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Very good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's very impressive. And if you're looking for the ultimate stocking stuffers this holiday season, look no further because our sponsors at Manscaped have the tools to make you win this year's stocking stuffer or white elephant competition. Manscaped is the only brand dedicated to below-the-waist and male grooming and hygiene products. And great news, they just released their products across Europe, Canada, and Australia. So you've heard us talk about this before. There was nothing worse than getting an inferior razor and cutting yourself, injuring yourself in your most sensitive of areas. Manscaped makes that a thing of the past with the precision cut lawnmower 3.0 trimmer that has that replaceable ceramic blade with the advanced skin-safe technology, which helps reduce grooming accidents. And of course, they've also got a wide range of products, which are all fantastic for stocking stuffers this season, including the Crop Preserver deodorant, which, preserve those crops. Crop Reviver, the toner, which Matt Morgan just dabs a little behind his ear because he just likes how it makes him smell. The Crop Cleanser, the body wash, good on your all over and your hair. The Crop Mop wipes when you get those not-so-fresh feelings. Foot Duster, foot deodorant designed to keep even the stankiest feet smelling fresh. And of course, the Shears 2.0 luxury 4-piece nail kit, the Weed Whacker, and nose hair ear trimmer, which have the proprietary skin-safe technology, get rid of those nasty nose hairs. And of course, that Lawnmower 3.0 with that ceramic blade, helping to reduce grooming accidents. All Manscaped formulations are vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, sulfate-free, and paraben-free, so you know these products are legit. And hey, we've got a special deal for our audience. Save 20% off and get free shipping at manscaped.com, only with our code INC. That's 20% off, free shipping, manscaped.com, promo code INC. And whether this is for your partner, your dad, your brother, your friend, get them something to want and actually use. And hey, you're probably sure to get a laugh. And let me tell you, if you're looking to upgrade your partner, women or men, if you're looking to upgrade your own or your partner's underwear collection, let me tell you, their boxer briefs are the absolute best. Replaced all of my underwear with them, and they're perfect, the perfect weight, the perfect feel. Absolutely wonderful. Again, save 20% off, get free shipping at manscaped.com with our code INC, and be the ballsiest gift giver this year with Manscaped. We thank Manscaped, manscaped.com. Thank you for a great sponsorship in 2020. We look forward to more success in 2021 here on the Wrestling Inc. podcast. And, man, I don't know what I would have done. My quarantine haircuts all brought to you by Manscaped this year.
Yep.
Getting me through.
I need one soon, too.
So let me put this in perspective. I've 2 razors, electric razors that you plug in, you buy at Walgreens, wherever, that you plug into the wall, you charge, and you should be good to go for X amount of time before you need to charge it again. I've broken.
Yeah.
They've gone out on me, 2 of them. And my first Manscaped is still going, high gear. It's not had any problems with it whatsoever. They send you a new blade for the electric trimmer as well, which I think is awesome, which gives you another secondary ceramic blade. Is a ceramic blade that keeps you from nipping yourself and cutting yourself wide open, obviously, in the most sensitive of spots, as Glenn would say, right? And it works. But again, it lasts forever. This thing is, you can bring it to the shower. This thing is money. and it's not just for guys. Women use this stuff too. They I swear to God, and the thing is awesome.
Yeah,
And that
it
answers
is like,
one of the. Oh,
I'm
sorry. That answers one of the Betty's question. Where's Women'scape?
I agree, Betty. They need to change their name. They need a secondary name for it because women do use this because why wouldn't they? It works.
I mean, I love that it's nimble, but yeah, you're right, man. It's like industrial strength. And what I like is you don't have to go over the same area 20 times like you do with those cheap razors.
Yep.
Or it takes you forever. For this, it's like one pass, done.
And that's where we cut ourselves. That's where bad stuff happens because you have to keep
when you're
going
digging in
over
there.
and over and over again. Yes.
Never had anything like that with Manscaped. I've been using it for a year now.
Yeah, manscaped.com, promo code INC, save that 20%, get that free shipping.
Yep.
Gary Paradise, or Paradise, 199. Main event wasn't fooling me, dummy. Ha, see what I did? Yes.
Clever.
It was a pretty realistic looking dummy. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. I thought they did a good job with that.
Versus you wanted them to light somebody on fire for real? Like, come on, man.
Nightmare Neve, $5. I'm so stupidly impressed with the show and they ended it stupidly. Face bombs and throws phone across the room.
Wow.
I liked the ending. Yeah.
I could see how people hated it.
Yes. I could too. I think because it built up so much good charity of having a great show the whole show through. Let's just say the pay-per-view sucked until this match. And then that finish happened. I could see me going maybe in a different direction, making fun of it a little bit more than I am tonight.
Yeah. So here we go. New York City Demon Diva saying Randy killed a guy. The fact that we're typing that out, you know. Tina noting she kind of liked it too.
It worked. It was good. I mean, but that's the thing. It's like Bray Wyatt, his character, when you involve him, you're in a horror movie.
Yes.
And I think that it is that thing. It was the same thing with Kane. It was the same thing with Undertaker. When you have a character that's on that level, you can do things that you couldn't do. Like the Miz and Randy couldn't have done this, but it works with Bray.
But guys, a question real quick. Why is it that Bray keeps... Not Bray. Why is it that the Fiend, though, is it the second time now? Maybe more. No, third when he was Bray Wyatt. How does this monster keep getting out-monstered by non-monsters, if you will?
Right.
Randy lit his house on fire one time, right, as Bray Wyatt. He wasn't full of monster just yet. He didn't have, like, special powers. But as the Fiend, look what's happened with what's his name? Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman was given him the business on that, what do you call it? Cinematic match.
Yeah, the swap match, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's what I don't like it when, like, that's his thing. That's his thing. He should be the one setting people on fire, not the other way around. That's only gripe.
Yeah, you shouldn't be losing your own match. And this was his,
Look at the long litany of women that took down Freddy Krueger, successive times, and Jason Voorhees to an extent. I mean, I think that's the thing. It's like somebody does find a way to overcome. And with Randy, I actually think this comes up the best to Randy, though.
Really? Because Randy's not, to me, that proverbial babyface fight from underneath.
No.
David, he's supposed to be the heel in this. Like, they piped in the booze for him.
Right. He's not David with a slingshot ready to slay Goliath here. Nobody would ever buy him as that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
So,
Paul Perry thing, and Goldberg beat him in 13 seconds.
It was a few minutes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's been up and down for the Fiend this year. So Bray Wyatt tweeted after this match.
What?
Yeah, that's
what?
But he posted a picture of a cocoon and just wrote "thank you."
So like Rana Shah said, he returns as Muscle Man Bray. That's the happy ending to all this.
Just don't say anything.
He's so into his shtick and protecting kayfabe. I'm surprised to see him on any social media.
Yeah, it'd be much more interesting to not post anything.
I mean, it's got to be hard, but still,
I know
it's worth it. Look what Undertaker's done.
Yeah.
Nightmare Knee, $5, saying, I'm so glad that you keep putting over the young blue chippers like Randy Orton. Keep up the good work. Randy.
Yeah.
Antoine Fair, $10, saying, I think that's the point of the Fiend, is that he brings out the worst of you, and if you don't embrace it, you lose. But if you do, you defeat him, same as Jason or Michael Myers. So there you go.
It's interesting.
That's very well explained, Antoine. Okay, I'll take that.
And Petty Buck 99 WrestleMania Stewie versus Eric Cartman. Let me tell you, after that 2020 wrestling match, anything is possible.
Yeah.
Why do they keep re-showing that? That's the worst thing. Like, the Cricket Wireless commercials they've done are high art compared to that 2020 Happy New Year promo. Peter Bahi, $5. I was going to say it would have been awesome to do Jason Goes to Hell story with the Bray until I heard he tweeted. Yes.
Thank you.
Unless he's tweeting from hell.
Oh, if they would have had like Undertaker's hands come out and grab him and drag him down at the end, like the end of Jason Goes to Hell. Oh, that would have been cool. Yeah, Data Chucky, $5. Always humanizing Bray. Started going downhill since Seth gave him his first loss. And then FH saying each time Bray loses any type of matches, he slowly loses the mystique, which is a shame because the character has so much potential.
Yes, you're right.
At least he wasn't pinned in this match, you know?
Yeah, it's true. Being set on fire.
He was killed.
I mean, he was killed. I guess he was burned. Set on fire.
There is no bigger big dog than that. Like, he's dead. He's dead.
And then he tweets.
Yeah. That's the tough part. Like, preserve some mystique, man. Let's talk about the SmackDown Women's title match. Carmella versus Sasha Banks. Sasha picking up a win here. Really, really good match. But, Matt, what do you think? I mean, this was Carmella's big match back after her re-debut.
It's like I told you, okay, on SmackDown, Raj, the podcast I was telling Glenn, who really liked Kevin Owens in the storyline versus Roman, wanted Kevin Owens to be treated a little bit better, et cetera, like a bigger star. And I was telling him, sometimes there's just these one-way storylines. Kevin Owens is on it with Roman Reigns right now, or was, and what's her name? Carmella's on it right now with Sasha, unfortunately. This should not have been an angle that she came back to TV for, because this is 100% built for Sasha to get over. That's what this is for. It's nothing more, nothing less. Carmella looked good in this match. She always looks good. She's a former champion. Let's not forget that. But when somebody's hurt and they've been out for that long and they come back with all this hype, you immediately feed her to your champion is not good booking. It's just not. For those that say, well, come on, she's in the main event, right? Essentially, she's wrestling against the champ. Can't go higher than that. Okay, but then you're losing. Then what? What?
And then, as you see with WWE, once you've lost, once you've been the challenger, you lose. You kind of go down pretty quickly.
Of course. Yeah. Where else is there to go but down?
Yeah. I thought this was Carmella's best match that she's ever
Wasn't
had.
This a... But let's be clear. This was a great match.
Yeah. I mean, it over-delivered. I was expecting it to be okay.
She's underrated as a wrestler, man. Everyone always thinks she's a great promo. She's a good promo. She's got a great look, and she fully dives into whatever gimmick you give her. She got the stupid stuff with her truth over. The stupid dance break crap that I hated. It got over, though. Everybody liked it. Yeah. She is talented as hell, and I wish they would have just kept her away from this storyline. Let her get a slow crescendo of wins under her belt first.
Yeah. I think on the main roster, and Sasha looked fantastic. I think on the main roster, Sasha has had the most good women's matches of the year.
Because she's freaking nasty. She can work. Yeah. I was going to say, I think I hold the record for using the word crescendo in wrestling podcasts.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like...
I think I use it way too much.
Putting that on my Matt Morgan soundboard, I'm going to make when you're out. I just place clips of Matt yelling, who cares?
The chat room's going to go crazy with this.
Old boy and old girl. I want someone in the chat room to go through old episodes and send me Matt Morgan sound clips, and I'm going to load them up on my iPad, and I'm going to play them when you're not here, Matt.
Alonzo Smith saying this was Carmella's best match so far in my opinion. I agree. She's really improved in the ring. She's highly underrated in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And the same thing from NYC Demon Diva. Carmella is underrated. She was great tonight, but she had a good dance partner too.
Yeah.
Who is this New York City Diamond?
She's in our chat all the time.
Yeah, she joins us a lot.
Smart. Yeah. Very smart.
Midnight Toker is who is next for Sasha. Not a lot of depth on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, what would a WrestleMania match be? I mean, Bianca. I thought seemed like a no-brainer, and then they already beat her. But, obviously it's WWE, so they could just do it anyway. But it does take some of the...
Bianca versus the Boss would be pretty freaking good if they do this.
Yeah.
Paul Perry, $5. If only Kevin Steen had enough strength in his fingers to simply unhook the belt during the 99 seconds he was on the top of the ladder all alone. are just really suspending disbelief. I believe more that Bray Wyatt was actually set on fire than I believe the Miz and Kevin had ladder issues tonight. That seemed so forced. Some of their stupidity and hesitation.
I agree. So good. Go ahead.
So no, look, I mean, this match was really good. Sasha got the win. Good for her. Yep. But yeah, Carmella, they got to give her something hot next. I'd like to see them swap and go Carmella versus Bailey and Sasha versus Bianca. I think that'd be a pretty good feud.
Yeah, they very well could do that. Who knows?
Yeah, I think it's a little soon for Bianca. I'd still wait on that.
But she needs to be built. She needs more wins under her belt. Singles wins, not on like main event, not on pre-shows or pay-per-views, on the actual show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, it finally happened tonight. The Hurt Business are now the Raw Tag Team Champions after defeating New Day.
About time. Great match. This was a freaking awesome match. But we've seen them work before, and it's one of those that I'm like, ugh, they're doing this again because they're good. Sometimes when it's really good, the bell-to-bell action, I'm okay with it. Every once in a while, I like this match.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to to come off after those first two matches because those were great. But I thought they did a really good job here. Right. I thought the title change made all the sense in the world. It was more than time for the Hurt Business to get that win. So I thought it was really good. This just kept going. Like it was.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
They're going to look awesome, just like physically, like aesthetically. When they come out to the ring in their suits with all the belts and stuff, they're going to look freaking awesome. They're going to look like a really big time stable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And this does so much more for them than it does by keeping it on the New Day.
Yes.
This was a really good match. I think long overdue for the Hurt Business, but now they got to switch stuff up a little bit. I want to see these guys not fighting each other week in and week out.
Yes, right. Exactly.
But who else do they have? Retribution,
Viking Warriors.
They're not. Viking Warriors are injured. At least Ivar's injured.
Oh wow.
He's been out for a while.
You
got the Lucha House Party.
Okay, listen. Put makeshift singles together just to do the job to them. Who cares? They just need to steamroll people for a little bit.
Yeah, and you could do Drew and Sheamus, and then they eventually beat Sheamus.
That could be the break. Why they argue or whatever, right?
Yeah. Chris went $5 saying, "Can we please give a shout out to the video editing crew with Bray's Christmas Story? They made the song Silent Night scarier. Have a nice holiday." That package was awesome tonight. That promo for the Bray Randy match.
Yes. Yeah, it was.
That was like a horror movie. That was so well done.
Yeah, that's a good call.
That's one of their better Christmas-themed things that they've done. For sure.
Yeah. So we had the women's tag team title match with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Asuka and returning Charlotte Flair. Charlotte and Asuka are the new women's tag team champions. What did you think of this match, Matt?
Say it again. What was the match?
Charlotte and Asuka going over on Shayna and Nia.
Okay, so I love Charlotte. I just proclaim how much I love her as a wrestler, right? I still was hoping, though, that this would, have a different finish, right? That we'd have CJ come out all bandaged up, all banged up, and at the very last second, right, make a tag by accident or something like that, somehow slide in, get the win, and then she'd be a tag team champion. So at least we could say she's been put through all these tables and through hell and back. At least she's the tag champion out of this, right? Something.
Yeah.
But no, I'm Lana, not CJ. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. I think the way the storyline went, that was the perfect ending. And this should have been a tables match, and they put Nia through the table for the win. But then again, Charlotte being back.
It's great to see her back. She's just Queen Bee.
And the other bright side, they haven't really been doing this lately, but technically they could appear on both shows, and that's a lot of star power, having Asuka and Charlotte on both shows.
Oh my God, yes. And you can steal singles matches out of them, too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You could do Charlotte versus Bianca now if you wanted to. You could do... They're not confined to one show.
Yes.
I could see all four of these women in a fatal four-way for the Raw Women's title sooner rather than later.
Huh. And what would happen then?
Probably Charlotte winning for all of them, but...
No, would they combine the titles, you're saying?
No. I'm saying is with I could see when Charlotte and Asuka split. I don't see this being long term.
Right.
The pairing. I could see them in a 4-way with Nia and Shayna, and then Charlotte wins the title.
Well, when I was watching this, I was thinking like, oh, maybe they do Charlotte turning on Asuka in this match.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, it's way too soon to do that if that's going to be a WrestleMania match, because I can't think of anything else that'd be a big WrestleMania match right now. And so it makes sense to do it down the road, so keep them as a team for a while.
Bigfoot Sneakerhead. Oh, sorry. Saying they need to merge the men's tag team division, get rid of those awful belts.
Yeah.
Who's the tag champs on the other show?
Street Profits. Yeah.
As long as her business have the titles, I'm cool with it. But like, yeah.
Yeah, there's no other tag teams on SmackDown either except Roode and Ziggler.
Yeah, they should combine them. They just combine them.
Yeah.
Jackson Callan's $9.99. Going to bed in a few. Wants to support. Anywho, where do you think Jimmy comes into play with Roman? And Matt DM'd you for personal advice when you have a moment. Much love to you guys. Merry Christmas.
I got you, Jack. Sorry about that, brother. I'll get to you.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I didn't know
but Jimmy, is Jimmy out on injury?
Yeah. So I'm sure he'll probably join in with this storyline.
Definitely. Yeah.
On their side.
Yeah.
Betty, Matt, wanting to let you know that she got Thrive. Too weird to DM, but she used your referral. Also, it's a White Claw night, hence the super chats. Welcome, Raj. And why I need Thrive. Yes. It's a White Claw night.
Remember how to do it when
we got a thing of Truly from Costco. So
you did?
Yeah, it's like White Claw. It's basically the same thing. It tastes similar.
A really stupid question. What is White Claw? What is White Claw? Everybody
hard seltzer. It's like Zima.
I think you've told me this before.
Yeah, it's like fruity, kind of fruity tasting, but they're only 100 calories, and they're as strong as like a beer. They're like 5%.
Yeah. So it's malt liquor.
Yeah.
Is it really malt liquor?
I believe so. Well, Zima was malt liquor.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it really? I didn't know that.
Malt liquor is just a brewing process, but we typically think of it more like, what was it? St. Ides, Mickey's.
OE.
Like heavier. OE, the heavier stuff, yes.
Yeah. They're pretty tasty.
Well, there you go. Yeah. I threw out a bunch of alcohol tonight. I bought all these like Coronas that were like pina colada and like papaya, and they're like, I'm never going to drink these, so I just threw them all away.
Just ship them over here.
You want some Modelo's? I got a bunch of Modelo's that I'm never going to get.
Modelo.
See, I like Corona because I like Corona Light because it's a nice light summer beer, but Modelo is a little too heavy for me.
Gotcha.
Peter Bahi, $5. Lana goes through all those tables and Charlotte wins the tag titles. # justice for Lana. It is a little weird with Lana, but she beat Nia before she got beat up last Monday. So
yeah, but the revenge should be Nia going through a table.
Yeah.
Tammy's asking why did they pin Shayna so much? Why couldn't Nia take the pin there? Well, you can always tell on a member of a team who they're protecting, and they clearly see Nia as the star. And they're not protecting Shayna.
Because she's the monster. Whenever you see a tag team of two singles acts that you know, okay, they're gelling together as a team, they're going to be a tag team for a year, but you know they're not going to be a tag team forever because they're both big stars, especially with Nia Jax. When you have a bigger monster in that tag team, they're always protected. Mm-hmm. And I'm speaking from experience. When I always tagged with Hernandez, if we had to lose, Sean would lose. Mm-hmm. Because, you got to protect Matt.
Yeah.
Not just because I'm bigger. That's generally how it always works.
Well, even now, when you see Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, when they lose, it's Jungle Boy taking the pin.
Yes. So
kind of same dynamic.
Yep.
Let's talk about the TLC match for the Universal title, Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. Just Kevin Owens endured such an ass-kicking here, and I knew he wasn't going to win, but they did give him some good hope spots here. Jey Uso interfering quite a bit.
Yeah.
And but ultimately Roman retaining and getting that win.
There's so much layers of heat to this. And I don't mean the physical structure of the match, meaning so much heat to the match. I mean in the character of Roman Reigns. Think about this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He could have destroyed Kevin Owens just by himself. But to have somebody on the outside chiming in, right, and doing some of his bidding and his dirty work. By the way, the guy doesn't want to do it. And he has to do it because he's scared of getting friggin' the backhand from Roman, the head chief, right? He's scared not to. That is ultimate heeldom. Really, when you really think about it, the dichotomy of his character, the layers of heat to Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm. I love this match, and I thought they did such a good job during the match of making it almost seem like Kevin Owens was going to win. Like going in, it was like so obvious that Roman's
There's
winning.
no way in hell. Yeah.
But they did make it. There were a few times like when Roman was on the outside, and then when he missed that spear and went through the barricade, that it almost seemed like Owens was going to win. So I thought this match was fantastic. They protected Owens enough that they could keep this thing going.
Yes, they did.
And they don't really have anyone else ready for Roman. I mean, you could throw Daniel Bryan anytime, but I think they're going to keep going with Owens and probably have that be at the Rumble.
I just don't like Kevin as a babyface.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's kind of bland as a babyface.
He's hilarious as a heel.
Yeah.
But see, that's the problem. Same with Sammy. I was saying this to him on our SmackDown podcast on Friday. I was saying this to Glenn, that I shouldn't love Sammy, and I do. I think he's hilarious. I always want to watch him. I kind of cheer for him, I find myself. Like, he's supposed to be a heel. I'm not supposed to be doing that. Why am I doing that? You know? Is it because we're in a generation now where we all are way more interested in the heels nowadays?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's also WWE just can't write for baby faces worth crap.
They cannot. They just cannot. Yeah.
Well, and I think they're letting him be him, and his natural mannerisms as a babyface were always a little... Like, it's hard to be an annoying babyface people cheer for, so I think his work better as a heel.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, Kevin Owens as a heel and him and Sammy kind of going back and forth. I mean, it was so good when they did it before. It's so entertaining, and they still could.
Sammy could pull off a babyface versus Kevin, I think.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Peter Bahi, $2 wanting to know, when will Costco samples return? I'm going to say 2023. I'm going to be in the mood for that.
Yeah, it's not the same shopping at Costco without those.
Yes. Do you ever like abuse the sample policy where you're just like, and you just like, I used to be sneaky about it. Like, I'm going to go walk around in a circle, come back and get another one. But now I got better where I'm like, I'm just going to take a second one.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make it a thing, but I would announce it.
Yeah. You're just like, oh, that's really good. And I'll have a
I
second.
would announce it.
Yeah, that's the key, because I don't want them to think I'm not trying to sneak something by or get away with something.
What you do is you say, like I do, I'm a big boy. Is there any way I get 3 of these, please?
3.
When they see me begging like that, they're all take as many as you want.
I'm surprised you don't go. My wife is shopping around the corner right there. This is so good. I'm going to take this to her. I just want to let you know this isn't all for me.
I go, see that lady over there, my wife? She's starving me. She doesn't help. I need these.
Jim Barcelone. Jim, let me know if this is the same Jim that. Yeah, that's got to be the same
Jim Barcelone
with the Miami Herald. Or
yeah.
So
what up, Jim?
Yeah. Hey, Jim. He's saying Sammy's a great heel, but that music has to go for a heel. I agree. I agree 100%.
It is. That's still the ringtone I have on my phone. For like, my phone's always on silent, but it's still Sami Zayn's theme for like 5 years.
But
now.
Jim, will you agree that hair is magma level heat?
Yeah.
Good Lord, that hair.
Yeah.
The token Dom, $5. At some point, those women's tag team titles need to go to NXT. Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez would be perfect, I think.
The problem is they wouldn't be able to get them to the main roster because they don't really cross over the two anymore. So
not anymore.
Wish they did.
It would help. It would help NXT, but it seems like Vince is not concerned at all about that.
See, I think it helps SmackDown and Raw for the women's divisions.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it adds a ton of depth.
Yep.
Joe Y, $2. Charlotte beats Asuka at the Royal Rumble. Rhea wins the Royal Rumble and wins at Mania. Is Rhea? How are they booking her on NXT these days?
She lost to Raquel Gonzalez. I mean, she's been losing a lot.
Rhea, who?
Yeah. Rhea Ripley.
Oh, Jesus Christmas! Yeah,
Rhea, who?
That would be.
That's all you need to know about how her career's going. When Matt's
that's terrible. Rhea. I'm a huge mark for her. I feel terrible right now for saying that. Yeah, she's a potential megastar, but they've screwed her up so many times.
Yeah, and that's what, again, when we're talking about rushing them up, rushing them into a title match, and then when they lose,
but that's the problem. Why bring them up and book them to lose? I don't see what they think is going to happen. Oh, we sprinkled the Charlotte dust on her. I was going to help get her over. it did for that night that she had a great match. She hung there with her. She looked awesome. But at the end of the day, you have to get these young stars to cross the finish line.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, I think it would be a bad idea to have Rhea Ripley come in and win the Royal Rumble, because as we see time and time again with Vince, he'll just pull the rug out underneath from someone that just comes from NXT. You need to like build yourself up first, and on the main roster, because it's different. I'm sorry, Alonzo Smith pointing out that Rhea lost to Toni Storm on Wednesday due to Raquel's distraction.
I'm not sure what this is in reference to, but FH saying to book Royal Rumble 10 out of 10, no excuses for other stories.
I'm not sure.
And they did announce Royal Rumble is going to be the last day in January 31st.
Yeah. Same weekend every year. It's between it's when the playoffs end and the Super Bowl. It's that weekend between.
I really liked Kevin. Every match was good tonight. I feel like
it was.
It's funny. We have a lot to say when matches are bad. But I feel like with all of these, it's like, oh, that was a really good match. You should watch that match. Oh, that was a really good match. You should watch that match.
Every match on this show was worth watching. Even the Inferno match.
When they suck, we don't break down why it sucked. When they suck, we break down what we think they should be doing with those characters, and that's what takes so long.
Yeah. The Firefly Inferno match closed the show tonight. Randy Orton versus the Fiend Bray Wyatt. And I was surprised this wasn't a cinematic match. Instead, it was in the ring. There was lots of fire that they set up that started about, a third of the match, maybe? Can of gasoline, a lot of spots. Ultimately, Bray ended up lit on fire a little bit first. So Randy won. And then when he was down and out, Randy said, you know what? I'm just going to set this dude entirely ablaze. And I mean, talk about over the top, talk about crazy. I hate to say this too, but it's like fire real. I mean, this was just so nuts. It would have been an okay match without it, but this just took it to a whole other level.
Oh, really? I thought the match was nothing until that fire started, and then I was like, whoa.
No, that's
what
I'm
really
saying.
Did it. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It just would have been kind of like, we've seen these guys before. This is just okay.
Yeah.
You know, but yes, it's just, the Beavis and Butthead in me. I'm just like, fire, yes.
Yeah. And they did a good job with the fire. Like, you remember when they did it with Undertaker and Kane, and like Kane caught on fire, but
every time they slammed the guy in the middle of the ring, like the flames would come up.
Right. Yeah, it was cool dramatic effect. But Kane, you saw the protective thing on his that he had on his outfit, so when he caught on fire, you could see the protective thing that he was wearing. Whereas this, they did a good job because Bray looked legit on fire, and then when he got in the ring, he was still on fire. It was cool special effects.
Yep.
It was very good. It was very, very good. Interesting Alexa didn't make an appearance tonight, but I'm sure tomorrow. And to be a little methodical about it, this would actually be good if Bray takes a break, doesn't come back.
Yes.
And guess what happens?
Alexa gets her time to shine.
100%. I think it's a genius idea.
And he should not have said a word. Already he's tweeted, but should not have said a word. Just silence, and you don't know what happened to him. And then when he returns, like at the Royal Rumble, I don't know if they could hold it out that long, but it's a huge pop.
It needs to be the Alexa show. For quite a while here, and figure out how they get him back. How does that work? But until then, they get to go in this whole cool, different direction, new avenue, hopefully, and some more different, like spooky, crazy, magical wizardry stuff that comes with this storyline.
Yeah.
What I don't want to see happen is if tomorrow night she's like snapped out of the spell and hanging out with Nikki and everything's fine.
Why even putting that out into the ether?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, and if they do that, then it better there be the swerve that really she's not fine. And she's like backstage with an altar and like doing some creepy shit.
Okay.
What I don't want to see and what I worry might happen is at the end of Raw tomorrow, the lights go red and you hear the screeching noises and he's back already. Let this breathe. Let it give it time, because you don't do big things anymore. So when you do, let it give it time to marinate.
This is why, again, this didn't make if Randy Orton got caught fire, he needs to be dead. Obviously, he can't come back from that. He's not special powers, but we all do know that the Fiend does. So. I mean, I don't want to see him come back tomorrow, but like if he did, shouldn't he be the one that could come back because he's, again, magical?
Mm-hmm.
You can't kill him.
But still, make it. I mean, like Friday the 13th movie, there was gaps in between, and every movie started with people going like, "Oh, you're still scared of Jason? Jason's dead. He died a long time ago." And then, oh no, then the surprise.
No, that's a good point. You have a year or whatever it is in between those movies. You're right. The killer, the monster's dying. Okay.
Yeah. Sour Forward, and this is an interesting question. $5 saying off topic, but I find it interesting that Billy Kay gets more time on a 2-hour Raw show than Peyton Royce gets on 2 hours of SmackDown than Peyton Royce gets on 3 hours of Raw. But let me ask you this though, Peyton is kind of still taken seriously, although she's very background. But Billy is just presented to be like the thirstiest woman on the roster with the headshot and the resume. I don't know if that's good featuring.
No, it's a disagreement I remember having back when Dolph would say this all the time. He'd say that there's, Jim Ross would tell him, and even me when I was a talent there, that there's no such thing as bad TV. As long as you're getting on TV each week, you're growing your brand, your singular brand of yourself. And it's up to you to maximize those minutes, right? And while that sounds like a great story and that's awesome, I disagree that you could have terrible TV written for you that does more damage for you. And it's going to take a long time to get it back on track and be taken seriously if they write you into the oblivion with stupid stuff. I'd rather, like Jimmy, like I said, Cornette would always say, hey, Jimmy, we on TV tonight? When I was his bodyguard of a TNA, right? Hey, Jimmy, we on TV tonight? He's like, nope, we don't want to get any on us on this episode. Trust me. And I'm like, all right. But at first I used to be desperate and thirsty and want to be on TV so I can get paid more, right? But in the long run, it would have hurt. My point is, it could technically hurt you more.
That being said, I thought Billy Kay was hilarious in that segment with Asuka that she did.
Because she's talented, but like, I mean, she. I don't know. They kind of shouldn't have been broken up. Period. They should never been broken up. They're so desperate for women's tag teams. Why would you break up the one legitimate, authentic-looking tag team that you had that came in as a tag team?
Yeah, who legit have known each other forever.
It makes no sense.
It's one thing if you saw over the weeks this big storyline, you're like, okay, now I see why they broke them up. But they stopped using them like 2 weeks later.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. I don't get it. I get Vince has crazy ideas out of left field, Raj. It just comes up out, hey, she's a single star for 3 weeks, But then that's it. You can't keep somebody's got to stop them.
Yeah.
And I really like Billy. I think she's really funny. I think she's really charming and charismatic. But
yes, we want better for her.
But this type of show, like this sort of like I Love Lucy, like Ricky put me in the show angle, just doesn't. I don't know. It's not making her seem credible. I think we've talked about this before, Matt. It's similar to the thing with Otis. We are meant to be laughing at her and not with her, and that I don't like when they do that to any performer.
No fan watching the show does. Do you know who does? Is like our spouses, our husbands or wives at home that never watch wrestling with us may come into a room, may see that, may giggle a little bit, but not the fans that watch it every week.
Yeah. Leon's Duncan, $5. Taker was burned and buried alive many times. I also do love the callback using the pickaxe that Orton used to dig up Sister Abigail.
Yes, that was cool. I like that too.
Yeah, it was good tonight. Jackson Callens, $4.99. Really want to know why Orton didn't win the first time the Fiend was on fire outside the ring. Good night before the wife kills me. LOL.
This is a good question, no?
Well, he did. I thought he just kind of did the this is like a little extra at the end because he even pinned him, didn't he? He like after he was not on fire anymore, Randy even like pinned him for good measure, and then like
he didn't pin him,
didn't he?
No.
Thought he did.
No, it was over after.
Okay, it was over.
But they didn't ring a bell or do anything to say the match was over.
Because it would have been stupid to come on and say, like, the winner of this match is Randy Orton.
As a result of fire.
By way of burnt to a crisp.
Even the intro, when they said that, like, the first one to set their opponent on fire, and, the first one to set any part of their opponent on fire wins this match. Yes. Like, did we have to say that?
Oh, it's like the eyeball match where it's... the winner has to take the other guy's eye out.
Still to this day, the craziest, in my opinion, was that.
Yeah. The dumbest, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah. Exact.
FH2's earlier comment said that we met Roman Reigns' story, not it shows the WWE plans better.
For Roman?
Yeah.
Well, they were beating Kevin Owens like he was nothing, like the week before he started his program with Kevin Owens. So it really seemed like they just threw KO out there.
Yes, it did, Phil. Yes.
JD Ski $5. Why is it the last 3 pay-per-views or maybe more they always make Drew sell getting his knee taken out? Think of something different. LOL.
Okay, because as a big guy, we have a shorter guy working you. It makes more sense for the shorter heel to keep the big, taller baby face grounded. So if the knee is out, it's the easiest story to tell, honestly. You can do more offense to the knee. But I will say I would switch it between my knee and my ankle. Or my foot even. I would miss a boot in the corner and I would hit my boot not against a stupid turnbuckle because that would jam my knee up, right? I would hit the pole over top of the turnbuckle so that my boot hits a steel pole, right? And then I come up hobbling, bent over, holding my foot, and then you get hit the ropes and it hit me with a running drop kick in the face as I'm bent over. That would bump me. But that's why you want to do that for a bigger, taller baby face. You always want to work their wheels.
Yeah. Terry Allen Jr. 270 saying Humberto's absence is really extended. What's up with Humberto Carrillo?
It's probably one of those cases where they just have nothing for him. I mean, you see a lot of that. I'm not sure. Has he been wrestling on main event?
Probably, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
He's talented as hell, though. Naturally, he's talented. He's a heater, dude.
Yeah. Well, they're not
He's
even using
heat
Angel
seeker.
Garza. You know, Andrade's there waiting to be used. So
Humberto, all 3 of them, dude. They're friggin'. I don't get it.
Jody Shawn Jenkins, Canadian $5. That's like $4 American. Okay, the Browns won. All is good in the world now. The Fiend was set on fire? Question mark. What the? Yeah.
This is what happens when you miss. When you watch football instead of WWE.
This is what happens. You should have finished that with hashtag Ricky. You got some explaining to do. But go back and watch the pay-per-view. You'll die laughing or not. One or the other.
Yes. Well, I've just been saying Humberto's been a main event. I think those dimples. So there you go. Did we ever find out Angel Garza who the secret admirer was for the woman?
No. But he's smooth. He's smooth. He is I'm telling you, he's walking heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just clearly don't know what to do with him.
Nope, and he naturally has it. He's been written stupid stuff, but his facial expressions that he makes, you just want to punch him. Like he has such, and he's great looking on top of it.
Right.
He's the proverbial guy you want to punch in the face.
Yeah. He's got that smugness to him.
Yes.
Like natural smugness.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. It's not being written for him. It just comes out of him. Yep.
Cough Network TV, Fire Pro Wrestling World $2 saying Matt Morgan will enter the Rumble at number 30.
Why did you do that, sir? Why would you say that, dude? Seriously, that's not even. Guys, my apologies. Screw it. It's going to be out there. Raj was promising to hold this off for at least another couple days, but I will be coming back to the Rumble this year. You guys get to hear it here first. Thanks to that person that just ruined it for all of you.
Well, we can't have nice things.
Yeah. Now I think you should call WWE and cancel it since it's out.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? That's what you get. That's what you get.
All right.
That's what you get.
So there, take that, Cough.
CAWF.
So as this pay-per-view, as a grade, how would you rate it?
1 to 10, or are we doing that?
Yeah, 1 to 10.
Okay, I have to be fair. We have to do it on the WWE scale because we got to be fair to it. I give it a 8.5.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, that's exactly what I was going to say. Is 8.5.
It was good. It's really good.
It was
enjoyable. Fun to talk about.
Yeah.
Notice we don't have a lot to complain about tonight. Now, which is good because Raw tomorrow night, I'm sure, is going to give us nothing.
And I won't be on the Raw one tomorrow night.
Of course you won't.
For me.
Although I'm looking forward to a pod with Glenn and Alfred.
Yeah, that'll be the first time.
That'll be cool. Fans will like it. You're going to be out of a job, Raj, on your own show.
Oh, it's a stream.
Hey, man, if it gets me out of watching Raw...
yeah, really.
I mean, you see, this pay-per-view, it shows 3 hours of wrestling doesn't have to be excruciating. It could be fun.
Because that has been my biggest argument, is that there's no way you can hold my attention for 3 hours. But it did. This show did.
Yeah, once a month you can. But
yeah.
Real quick, we are also now on Twitch. We just launched a new Twitch channel, twitch.tv, so you could catch this podcast over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Wrestling Inc.
Can I ask a quick question? Why would they watch there instead of like here on YouTube or off your website? Or
The kids these days, they're all about the Twitch and not the
Love
YouTube.
Twitch.
so Twitch will show an entire video like this long?
Yeah, we're streaming right now. If you go to twitch.tv/Wrestling Inc., if you go to slash Facebook, Periscope, we're on all of those. So YouTube is still the most popular by far, but we are on all of those as well.
Later tonight, Raj will be streaming himself playing Ms. Pac-Man for the audience.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I got a Nintendo Switch, and I found all the the SNES and the NES games, and so I was playing pro wrestling and and not Mike Tyson's Punch Out, but it's the version of Punch Out without Tyson.
Yep.
Yeah.
The shit version.
Yeah, Super Macho Man, I think, is the last guy.
Yes.
But,
yes. Dude, King Slender from Pro Wrestling, Starman.
Yep. Fighter Hayabusa.
Yeah.
So
dude, Starman does that drop kick into a backflip.
Yeah.
That's his big move.
So my daughter is like, they want to play Mario Kart, and they're playing like these ancient looking games.
Wow.
It's pretty funny.
Mario Kart was so over though.
Yes. Peter Bahi, $2 Ryback versus Glenn in a vegan on a pole match. Funny.
Yeah.
Is Ryback vegan?
He is vegan right now.
Yeah, it's right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a few months, I think, now.
Wow.
Yeah. So we did break this story at Wrestling Inc. last week that Triple H has got Gabe Sapolsky leading a team looking into doing a show that's basically like an NXT for NXT. So it's not like the main NXT guys, but it's like more of the guys in developmental. So it'd be another show, I'm guessing on the WWE Network. And so, yeah. So they're discussing it, and it's pretty serious.
I don't know what to think of that.
So like Evolve?
Basically, yeah.
Interesting.
And they own Evolve now, so
yeah, that's why
if they wanted to, they could call it NXT.
I just don't, it's such a different time and age of wrestling, because when I was wrestling and you finally made it to TV, you were to be on TV to have your ass completely covered, meaning like they'd put you with experienced talents. You didn't want to see this person growing into a performer. You were supposed to be 5-star match ready, if you will, or as professional as a pro wrestler can be, if you will. When you put in a lot of time and a lot of years before you get called up to television. Now, people do seem to want to see people before they become stars. That's like sports 101 nowadays. I think it started with LeBron, actually. When he was playing high school, it became, we want to see who the next big thing is. Well, we want to see this dude in 8th grade.
Weren't you on regional TV with OVW?
Yes. But but in front of Kentucky fans, right? Not a national audience, where how terrible I was being exploited on television, like real television.
Yeah. Well, the good news is there's probably not going to be many people watching it. Like, NXT, the more wrestling you add, the less people are watching it.
That's true.
I wouldn't think this would get that many eyeballs, at least not after a few weeks.
Looks like 205 Live still on the air.
Right, exactly. Main event, no one watches it.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Like, who's the Cruiserweight champion?
No idea.
No.
We can't even name the main roster champions.
Yeah, but he's actually on NXT, so I thought you guys might be able to get it. Oh my gosh! Wow, I'm drawing a blank on this. He has the faction.
Fantastic.
Oh, he took his mask off. No.
Yeah. Why am I
not?
Why can I not think of his name right now? Santos Escobar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway.
On that note, Raj, you're off for the year. Are you going to be back after Christmas?
Oh, one more thing for the chat.
Oh yeah.
On Wednesday night,
I forgot to ask.
Dynamite's going to be airing late. So should we do our podcast at the regular time, right after NXT, or should we wait until after Dynamite and then it's on super late?
Let's tell them the times, though. To be clear, Dynamite will probably be on East Coast time at what, 11
11 Eastern.
All right, 11 or 11:15 Eastern. That means the show won't be over till 1 or 1:15.
Yeah.
We're down to do a podcast. We just want to know, is it going to be worth it? Will you guys all be out there and we'll be watching it that late? Should we be doing that, or should we? What's the other option, Raj?
Or we just do it right after NXT, and we
Okay.
table the Dynamite talk.
So fans, you got to let us know. Seriously.
Yeah. Let us know what you prefer. I think the regular time probably works a little better because that's really late. And you know,
Isn't there something big happening in AEW though, or no?
they have Tony Schiavone interviewing Sting.
Anything with Shaq?
I mean, it would make sense. I mean, this would be the week to do it, but no, there's nothing with Shaq.
They're
It's
not
taped.
doing a
The
Shaq
spoilers are out.
tie-in after an NBA game.
Yeah, I know.
What?
I know.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
they could always do an interview with Shaq again and slice it in. But I mean, it seems like they're kind of
very big missed opportunity with this.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, AEW is preempted, or they're going to be delayed because of the NBA. I believe this will be the only week, but who knows? But just for this week, the NBA starts back up.
Yeah. To be fair, Christmas Eve, right? Or
Well-
no, day before Christmas Eve.
Yeah, day before Christmas.
Christmas
23rd?
Eve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Christmas Eve. And then SmackDown's on Christmas. We're still going to have a podcast. Glenn and Matt will still be here.
Slave driver Raj Giri.
Don't say we. They're gonna still have a podcast.
Like Vince McMahon, he's making us work on Christmas, man.
Yes. See this? Real quick, Raj. In my
Bah humbug.
Raj, in my wife's Hawaiian culture, it's like all cultures pretty much. It's customary that the man asks the woman's father, for permission to ask his daughter to marry him.
Yeah.
I've planned this trip to Hawaii for like 6 months now. I already told Jim Ross about this. I got the okay. Is it cool if I miss the podcast to go ask my future wife, to be my bride?
No, pal. We got television that night.
That's how it went, folks.
Is that really?
No, it's not.
Okay, I was like,
I got it. Congratulations. And
Oh, nice.
Hug out of it. Yeah.
I think we will do it at the regular time on Wednesday.
There you have it, folks. So tomorrow, me, Matt, Alfred. Wednesday, Matt.
Wednesday, you mean?
Well, no.
Oh no, tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow.
Yeah,
Jeez.
well.
Wednesday, Raj, Matt, Alfred. Friday, me and Matt. And who knows what else is in store between now and the end of the year. So thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. He's at BP Matt Morgan. He's at Raj Giri _303. I'm at Glenn Rubenstein. We'll catch you back here tomorrow on the Wrestling Inc. podcast. Take care.